right?
It worked.
Oh, so we just had to separately use the camera.
It worked. Wait.
We spent like 13 minutes.
Yeah,
just
we are
figuring out
15
how to
minutes
do
late,
that.
guys. Wait, are we live? Can someone...
Yeah, somebody let us know in the chat.
Are we live? That was
Classic.
confusing.
Oh wait, you need the chat up so we know whether we're
Yeah.
live.
It looks, by all sense and purposes, like we are live.
Yep.
Yeah, we're up. We've been up. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna check it.
Oh my.
It looks like, yeah, we're up. Cool, we got 2 people watching.
Okay.
I think I'm one of them.
Classic. We do apologize about that,
Yeah,
guys.
sorry for being so late. Yeah, we're up. Let's go. That's exciting.
That is exciting.
So, this is our first ever live stream.
Yes. First ever.
As you can tell, there's going to be a lot of kinks in the road. But we're excited. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we for a really long time weren't sure about whether we wanted to do live streams.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we just didn't really know
Yeah.
what to do, all it entailed, etc. But I don't know. We're excited.
Yeah. We've been doing YouTube for 3 years, and it's like so nice to be able to edit your stuff, you know? Because then you can, like, I make a lot of, I feel like, not super funny jokes a lot of time in our vlogs that we can edit out, but this is like directly to you, live streaming, unedited, raw, uncut. Yeah, cool. So where should we start?
We have a bit of a list.
We prepared for this.
Somewhat.
Yeah. Why are we doing this live stream?
That's a good question. Why are we, Wyatt?
Well, this was kind of I pushed this quite a bit. I feel like I've wanted to do this for a long time, just because our YouTube life is like way behind our real life, and we get so many questions in person and like in our comments, and the answers I feel like a lot of people want to know, maybe, but there's not like a centralized place for them. So this is that place.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm like all the chats are starting to come through.
Hey, let's go.
Hi everybody. It's actually, this is really cool. I feel like live stream, one of the coolest things is we are so backlogged right now with YouTube.
Yeah.
Like one of the questions we received is like, are you still in Peru? Because we're like currently on our Peru series. And we're not.
Yeah.
We're currently on a Hong Kong. And like, because we're so backlogged, people give us all these great tips and things and like ideas and advice. And we are always like, oh, yeah, we'll definitely do that the next time we go.
Yeah.
But what's cool is this is like 1-to-1, like we're talking to you right now and you're talking to us right now, which is super, super cool.
It's cool to get feedback in real time.
Yeah.
Okay, so right at the beginning, let's have everyone in the comments, in the live chat, let us know where you're tuning in from, because that's going to be super fun. First off, I want to say hola a nuestros vistadores hispanohablantes. Vistador, viewer, right?
I don't know.
know.
Let us know.
Pero hola.
Hola.
How do you say hola in Portuguese to our friend from Brazil?
Hola. Right?
Yeah, it's hola, yeah. And obrigado. Obrigado a Tyrone. And hola Rebecca, Edo, Medios, Kigo. Hello, everybody. That's so fun. I've always watched live streams and they're like directly interacting with the chat, and now to actually be the people doing that, that's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah. Another reason we wanted to do this was because our last Q&A was in 2022. And just a lot of stuff has changed since then, so.
Yeah. It was like more towards the beginning of our travels was the last time we did a Q&A, and it wasn't a live stream one too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
This is exciting.
It is, yeah. That was so long ago. We were getting ready for We just went to Guatemala.
Oh, somebody said visualizadores. Visualizadores. There it is.
And this transmission is about question mark? Oh yeah, so okay, visualizadores, that's viewers, and this transmission is just a Q&A. So for our Spanish viewers, it's preguntas y respuestas, porque muchas personas tienen preguntas para nosotros. So, así que si tienes una pregunta para nosotros, escríbelo y vamos a responder.
Yeah, it's just a Q&A. We also we're really interested in the live stream right now, and I've never done it before, so we wanted to kind of test it out to see what it was like before we try it again.
Yeah.
You know?
It just sounded fun, honestly.
Yeah, it sounded fun.
So yeah, if you have a question, write it in the chat and we'll get to it. We have a bunch of questions that we get all the time that I kind of listed out that we're just going to start with now. But at the end, when we run out of these, we'll like go through the live chat and sort of answer a bunch of them. But okay, where are we?
No, who are we?
Who are we? Very different question.
Yeah. Who are we and where are we from?
So if you're new here, our names are Wyatt and Rika. We're from the United States. I'm from like the Seattle area. Rika's from
Ohio.
Yeah, go OHIO. And we set off to travel the world in 2021, right after COVID, and then fell in love with it. That was like our graduation trip was to Mexico. And then after that, we were like, we don't want to stop. We also didn't know where to settle down yet because we're from different places. So we just chose the third option of just traveling the world, and here we are still. We went to Puerto Rico, and then we went to Spain, and then we set our 50 country goal. And then now we're just chasing countries.
Yeah. We met in...
Yeah, where did we meet?
We actually met... Well, the first time we met was in the dining hall of college, and I taught him how to make an ice cream sandwich from cookies and soft serve ice cream. But we technically were in Spanish class together during that time.
Yeah.
And so that's where we really became friends, funny enough. Now we both speak Spanish, and we've been to a lot of Spanish-speaking countries, and we met in Spanish class in college. So that was fun.
Full circle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for our first class, I would always sleep in. That was freshman year of college. And then Rika would have to call me, and I would wake up like 5 minutes after class started. And then I'd like have to run there, and I'd make a huge scene coming in late. But
yeah, or you just wouldn't show up,
or I
and
would just keep sleeping. Yeah.
Everyone would ask me where he is, and I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I got better as college went on, but
yeah. But anyways, that's kind of our story.
Yeah, so that's who we are. Where are we from? Yeah, United States. Where do we meet? Got that. Where are we? So yeah, we're in Hong Kong. This is something I want to touch on. So our YouTube life, so like when we post videos, is a lot behind because we batch create. So we went to South America earlier this year in March and April. And we went to like 7 or 8 countries, and we batch create so that when we come home, we can have a bunch of videos that we can hang out with family and still like have stuff to talk or be consistent, you know? So it's crazy. This is, I think, the most backed up our YouTube life has ever been, because we went to Peru in April, and it's September now? So that's 6 months ago. So like a half a year it's backed up. So where are we now?
We're in Hong Kong.
Yeah, we're in Hong Kong. It's a city-state sort of off the coast of southeast coast of China. And we just got here 2 days ago, actually. We've been pretty jet-lagged. It's 8:23 a.m. here. Like, we never wake up this early. So.
Yeah, very jet-lagged. I've been, like, going to bed at, like, 6 to 8 p.m. and then waking up, and then it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's been so fun. The food here is the best.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good. I love just all foods from the Asian area. But yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, it'll take, many months for these videos to come out. Unfortunately, I wish we could edit them faster, but that's why we're doing this live stream. So then we're live.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of nice chats. Hello, everybody in the chat. We're going to keep rattling off some of these questions, and then we'll get to the chat.
No, we should get to the chat first.
Should we do the chat quick? Yeah.
I think we should do the chat.
Okay.
So, people ask, how do you choose what countries to visit?
Who asked that? Rebecca Echeverria. It's a cool last name. How do we choose what countries to visit?
To be completely honest, so we kind of choose areas of the world we want to go to first.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're like, okay, this time we're going to South America. What
Yeah.
countries do you want to go to? Okay, these next 3 months we're going to Asia. Where do you want to go?
Mm-hmm.
And like all that stuff. And then once we figure out the part of the world, then we decide. Wyatt's like the dreamer, and he like has all these ideas. He just starts spouting out like 50 countries that he wants to go to in one trip, and I'm like, we gotta be realistic about this. So then I kind of start shaving them down to ones that we both want to go to.
Yeah.
And feel comfortable going to. So yeah.
Honestly, yeah, we just kind of want to go everywhere. Like,
within reason.
yeah,
Wyatt wants to go everywhere. I just get, I don't know, I get scared about certain countries just because of the safety, but I do want to go a lot of different places.
Yeah. I remember I don't know if you guys know Yes Theory, the YouTube channel. I love them. And they went to Syria, I think, and I was like, oh, Rika, let's go to Syria. It's in like verging on a civil war at most moments of time, but it looks so cool, and I'm sure the people there are nice. But maybe eventually.
I'm not going.
Yeah, I could just do that myself.
You can do so much travel.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. What other cool comments? Also, is the audio good and is the picture good? Like, does this sound and look good? That would be helpful.
That is a good question.
Edo CR. Hello, Edo. What countries do you visit? I'm not a person that liked the travels. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, not everyone likes travel. Because generally he doesn't have time. That's totally fair. So, and then he eventually asked, what's better country in your opinion? I mean, about the culture, the people, and maybe the food. That's a classic country. Classic question. What's our favorite country?
I have a few.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I love this area of the world I'm in right now. Japan is like one of my all-time favorite countries. The food's amazing. It's so safe for everyone, including women. I could walk outside at night, be totally fine. And I just love how easy the public transit is. It's just great. It has Disney. So I love that. I also really love Buenos Aires in South America. Probably one of my top favorite countries as well. It's just beautiful, so diverse. You have like waterfalls and tropical in the north, and then like the Patagonia region in the south with mountains and penguins, and it's just so cool. And then you have like the city of Buenos Aires in the center. It's just really, really cool. I like those. Those are probably be two of my favorites for sure.
You said Argentina and Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chile is kind of the same too, with the diversity of climates. The diversity, because like you have like the desert, the Atacama Desert, which is amazing, by the way.
Insane.
The stars are so cool. There's so much to do there. But then you have like the Patagonia region in the south, which is very similar. There might be a war in the comments on that.
Argentina and Chile are so close there that the whole...
Yeah, like the Ushuaia region of Argentina and then the Patagonia region of Chile, kind of similar climates, right? So they kind of have diversity too, which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's always changing. Like, I feel like after every country I go to, that's my new favorite one, you know? Kind of like after every meal I eat, that's my new favorite meal. It's the best meal I've ever had. It's hard to think back. And, like, how do you judge that, too? Especially because each trip is so unique. Because, like, take any country. I could go to the U.S. obviously is our country, but, like, take Spain, for example. Like, you could have an amazing trip to Spain, or you could get food poisoning, horrible weather, get pickpocketed in Barcelona. It's like, I don't know. Favorite country is just... It's so hard because every experience is so subjective. Where I've had the best experience, man, I don't know.
I've had a lot of really good experiences in different countries, even countries that I don't necessarily love. I feel like, well, I did love Sweden, but like we got to sleep in an ice hotel in Sweden.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Seeing the Northern Lights in Scandinavia
Lights
was insane.
That was probably one of my bucket list items that I wanted to do, was see the Northern Lights, and we got to see them. We went to India and we got to go to this like festival and dance on stage with everybody, and everyone was there, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I pretty much choose countries I like based on food a lot of the time. Like
Rika's a huge foodie.
Team ramen for my people from Japan. Ramen's
I think we have it.
I know. I see some Japan
Kigo
people.
Motoba, hello.
Ramen's
Konnichiwa. Arigato gozaimasu. That's so cool. You're from Japan and watching. Nice.
But anyways, we kind of got on a tangent with that question.
Yeah, we did. Favorite country, if I had to pick one out of a hat. Oh, man. I loved France. I thought that was so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Dominican Republic was amazing.
The people of the Dominican Republic, I think, are some of the nicest, for sure. I mean, everyone's nice.
Chile was like, yeah, there's nice people everywhere. Chile was beautiful. Peru, Machu Picchu was like, we're going to post our Machu Picchu video tomorrow, by the way. We have to edit it tonight. But
yeah, Machu Picchu was definitely our favorite wonder that we've been to, for sure.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough to go to a few, and Machu Picchu's just like, pictures don't do it justice. Like, you feel the grandeur in it. Mm-hmm. And we'll try to capture that in the video, but we won't get close. It's insane.
All right, let's do a different question.
Chuck Van Sickle in the chat.
Woohoo! Hi, Dad.
Hey, Chuck.
Have you been watching out for the drop?
Which one?
Oh, what country's on your bucket list? Let's do that one.
Oh, yeah.
Michael.
Bucket list countries. There's so many. Like.
Yeah, I feel like we're hitting. We've been talking about this. I feel like we're gonna hit a lot on this trip specifically.
Should we talk about this trip?
Yeah, we can kind of.
Yeah.
Do a double question answer here, but we have a lot of bucket list items that are going to be on this trip specifically, because we're doing more than one area of the world.
Yeah.
So, you want to go?
Yeah. No, this is our first round the world trip, and usually we like fly from North America, right, to a different continent and then come back. But this time, we flew to. I guess I could just say it, right? Yeah. Like, we usually try to keep the next country a little bit suspicious. Nah. So we flew to Australia. Actually, we flew to Hawaii and then Australia. And then now we're up in Asia, and then we're going to keep going west. And then we get to the like Middle East, North Africa area. And then we're going to go to Eastern Europe and then to Western Europe and then back for American Thanksgiving or United States Thanksgiving. It's going to be crazy. So yeah, we're going to go to a lot of bucket list places.
Yeah, I'm super excited. We're planning to go to where is your bucket? I mean, we're obviously going to one of your top bucket list ever countries.
Yeah.
Which is
China. I've always wanted to go to China. Something about these huge superpower nations, it's like so interesting. You know? Yeah,
and they have a 144-hour transit visa.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that very soon.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do
Egypt.
We're going to get to see the pyramids, which is another wonder of the world, which will be fun.
We're going to go to the Maldives, and hopefully we're trying to figure out how to stay in an overwater bungalow, but Maldives are so expensive, but we're trying to figure it out.
There's hope.
Yeah.
That's one of my bucket list items, is to stay there.
No way, Will Smith, the man, in the chat.
We're also going to Romania, which has been one of my top countries that I want to visit. I want to visit everywhere in Eastern Europe eventually, but we're going to go to Romania and hopefully Vienna as well, which will be really fun. I'm excited about that. I don't know.
So, I mean, Namibia
Oh,
on the coast of Africa has like these dunes going into the ocean. There's a bucket list country that I hope we can get to. Rwanda, I want to like explore into the mountains to see the mountain gorillas.
I want to go to Antarctica so bad.
Yeah.
That's probably my top bucket list country I want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to Antarctica. I think that'd be pretty epic.
We like went to Ushuaia in Argentina and saw the cruises going, and that'd just be so cool to be on a cruise. They look so nice. We watched a ton of vlogs of like Kara Nates and the Bucket List family. I haven't actually seen the Bucket List family's videos, but I don't know. In Kara Nates, it just looked insane. And I think Garrett from Bucket List family said it was like it feels like the last untouched nature in the world, which just seems like it'd be so cool to see.
Yeah, definitely.
So like everywhere is a bucket list, if that answers your question.
Yeah.
I hope next time you go to Peru, you really eat in good places.
Oh, I like this one. Why did you learn Spanish, and are you inclined to visit more Spanish-speaking countries because of that nowadays?
It's a great question.
Yes.
Why did you learn Spanish?
Yes to, are you inclined to go to Spanish-speaking countries? Well, okay, yeah, we should say, why did we learn Spanish? I just loved the idea of learning a language from like when I started in middle school. At first I actually wanted to learn French, but I decided, but then there was like you could only take Spanish my 8th grade year. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do it because then I could get a credit for high school, apparently, or something like that, something along those lines. And I like fell in love with Spanish. I loved how it just came really easy to me, and I enjoyed speaking it and like learning it and the whole idea of it. So I just kept going with it with Spanish. And I at one point really wanted to learn. I still do at some point. Like it's something I want to do eventually when I have more time and motivation. But I really want to learn sign language as well. But yeah, so that's just, I just kind of, Spanish was what I ended up connecting with the most. And so I just kept with it.
Yeah. I didn't know you wanted to learn French first.
Yeah, like way back in middle school, I wanted to learn French first.
I just took Spanish because all my friends were in it. And then it was really fun. And then, why did I keep learning it? In college, it was just like, I figured why not minor in it? And then I studied abroad in Spain, in Salamanca, Spain, junior year, right before COVID, and then my semester got cut short. And then just loved it. Like, it was so fun to learn a new word and then say that word later and have someone actually know what it meant, you know? It's like a key to, it just like unlocks a whole, it feels so good. I don't know. If you've never done it, try to learn a word in another language, speak it to someone, and then watch them not even like blink at the fact that you know it. It's just accepted, and it's like crazy that that's a reality that people live in, is knowing that other word. That's total tangent, but
yeah, Wyatt, I think Wyatt's very, very passionate about languages, even more than me. I think that's one of his biggest passions is learning languages. I think that comes personally, this is my take on things, is that because you love connecting with people, you love community, you love meeting new people and talking to them, and that's a way to open your sphere of talking to people that you wouldn't have been able to if you didn't know their language and they didn't know they didn't know the same language.
Thanks, love.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I think that's the case though. Wyatt has a huge passion for languages. He teaches English sometimes to students who English isn't their first language.
It's like addicting. I don't know. You learn a word and then you have a conversation you can't like express yourself, and then it's like so then you want to learn more.
Yeah. And
then you can actually speak more, and it's like I want more. It's just an addiction, honestly.
Yeah. But to answer the second part of the question, yes, that does inspire us to go to other countries that are Spanish speaking. There is definitely a difference, I feel like, depending on the country, of like when we know how to speak the native language versus when we don't. It is a little bit harder sometimes when we don't know how to speak the language, just because it just like it can get hard when we don't. We can get lost more often than when we can't talk to somebody and ask.
Like here in Hong Kong, we've gotten lost probably 5 times in the last 2 days.
Yeah, and we're fortunate that there's like
Yeah.
a more fair amount of people that speak English than some of the places that we've been to, but still there is a lot of people that don't speak the language English. So we have gotten lost a few times here.
Which we should learn. They speak Cantonese here. It's not Mandarin, which is like, it's just, yeah, we don't know any sentences. All we know is ni hao, which is also hello in Mandarin. But yeah, we went to a restaurant 2 days ago and we're totally lost, and they had to bring a translator from the kitchen.
Somebody just asked, how is Japanese? I saw you learn Japanese for a week.
Oh, yes. I was super into Japanese while there, because that's a place that we really wanted to learn, because it's a lot of people speak English and the signs aren't English, but especially when we left Tokyo, not as many spoke it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to learn it. And I thought it'd make a good YouTube video. So Kigo Matoba Nihongo wo benkyou shite masu. Anata Nihongo wa amari hanasemasen. I think that means I'm learning Japanese and my Japanese is very bad.
Yeah, I was really impressed. He learned Japanese back when we were in Japan, and he actually went to get a haircut and talked to somebody in Japanese for like 15 minutes, however long it took to do his hair. And from his perspective, he says, like, I barely understood what he said. But from my perspective, it felt like he was doing a really, really good job, considering he only learned it a week ago.
That feels like ages ago. I mean, that was 2 years ago, guys. But that was fun.
Yeah,
I should pick it back up. The problem with Japanese is, like, once I leave Japan, it's less on the mind. But Spanish, we can go to so many countries with Spanish.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, there's different dialects, of course.
We just want to go to both, though, because there's so many countries that don't speak English or Spanish or English that we want to go to. But definitely, it is easier for us to travel with Spanish.
Borda says, thanks for the great answer. Happy to have been able to answer that. Kigo Matoba, yes, great. Hey, I still got it.
Any other questions? Would you like to?
Yeah, okay. Alyssa Fickert. Why, Enrico, we were biggest fans. Dang, I didn't know. That's
Alyssa,
so nice.
You know Alyssa.
Oh, that's Alyssa. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Alyssa?
Hey, guys.
Joey Atlas?
Would you like to make a living from traveling around the world in the future, or will you stop once you finish all the countries?
Oh, good question.
I really like this question. Yes, we would like to make a living off of traveling. Yeah. We do partially make a living off of traveling, or off of YouTube. It's not our full time currently. We want it to be, but we just don't make enough currently to make it full time. But that is the goal, and we do want to keep doing YouTube, doing things after we hit our 50 country goal, for sure.
So yeah, I mean, the title of this video is Life Update Money Marriage. Should we just say how much money we make, right?
I mean, sure. I'm very open about it.
Yeah, I feel like more people should be.
Personally, I love it when creators are open about how much they're making at a monthly basis. Because it just helps me kind of gauge where we're at in our YouTube journey, and like kind of figure out, this is what we need to be doing, or this is what we should be doing.
It's also good inspirations. Like, if anyone wants to become a creator out there, like, maybe you'll hear this and be like, whoa, that's crazy. You can do that with YouTube? By no means are we bragging.
But recently, I mean, before these past 2 months, because these past 2 months have been really, really great for us.
Which has been fun.
Because of you guys. You guys have been amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
Like, you guys help us just as much as we hopefully entertain you. I don't really know.
Yeah, we try to give as much value as we can. But
we do try and give as much value for you guys, because it is more about you guys enjoying the video at the end of the day. But we do appreciate you guys watching. But anyways, we've had the best 2 months we've ever had of our lives, the last 2 months. But before that, it was about $500 a month we were getting from YouTube, which is great. I mean, it pays for like most of our Airbnbs for at least like 2 weeks to 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah. So to break up our different income streams, we get about $10 a month. We made a Skillshare course on how to travel, which I guess we could put that in the description. We've made it 2 years ago, so it's a bit The tips still hold true.
I think the tips still hold true.
Yeah, I think we could do a better
very
job
evergreen.
now, but if you want to watch that, you could sign up for Skillshare for free for a month. Or I think you get a week free trial. I don't know.
Yeah, you get a week or a month or week free trial, something like
Yeah.
that, and you can watch. But yeah, we get
Yeah.
$10 to $20 a month from that.
Which is nice. I mean, we made it once, and it like gives recurring revenue. So
Yeah, I mean that's
evergreen.
a couple $100 a year.
It is, yeah. And then we get AdSense, which is like whenever if you watch our videos and there's an ad that plays before in the middle, that advertisers pay Google to put those ads there, and then Google gives I think 55% of that to the creator and 45% they pocket.
So yeah,
And-
that's our main income stream from YouTube
Yeah.
currently.
And those are our two only one, I think. That's about $400 to $500. Oh, we got 2 brand deals actually.
Yes, we're kind of dipping our toes into the world of brand deals right now, which is honestly very like confusing.
It's a lot of work, guys. Like,
It's like so exciting. I think I just like get so stressed. Like, am I making it? Like, are we asking for enough money? Are they giving like how much money for our value
yeah.
is like right now versus like we're at like however many subscribers and this much views. So like how much should we ask them? All that stuff is very confusing still for us, and so we're just kind of trying to navigate that right now. But
And we're trying to be so careful because we don't want to do brands that aren't good and that we don't really believe in. Like, we don't want to recommend anything bad to you guys.
yeah,
But the 2 brand deals we've had were italki, where I used to teach, and I've taken lessons to learn languages, which is an amazing platform. Love it. It's actually based in Hong Kong, coincidentally. And what was it? Oh, Arlo, which we use all the time and we're using right now, which is like an eSIM data provider that you can just, it saves you the time and the effort from going to like a SIM stand.
yeah. Depending on the type of phone
Yeah.
you have, it's very dependent on what type of phone you have. But
I think the newest iPhone, I think it started what, iPhone 13, 12? Does anybody know?
I think iPhone 10. I think it goes all the way.
Oh, wow.
iPhone
Okay.
10. I'm pretty sure.
Super convenient, both those brands. Like, we believe in them and genuinely would recommend them normally, which is feels good to say, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also have I have a couple side gigs. I do social media marketing on the side, but I am transitioning to one of my major jobs that I had. I won't be doing starting in October. So we will be going full force into YouTube. That's our goal for the next bit of time. So hopefully we'll see. We're really excited to see how this works, because right now I'm just very torn between my two things.
Yeah.
And so having more time devoted to YouTube and hopefully our Instagram too. We haven't really talked about that too, but our Instagram, if you guys want to follow us, it's Wyatt and Rika, same thing, and it's more up to date content.
Yeah.
So like if you were on Instagram, you would know that we are in Hong Kong. Kind of like we're very up to date on that. But
yeah.
I don't know, just like it'll be I'm excited to put more effort into YouTube. It'll be good.
Yeah, it's kind of uncharted territory, because for this whole time Rika's had this like pretty nice remote contracting gig, which has given her a lot of stable income. So it's going to be, I'm excited selfishly because then I get a lot more of Rika's effort and time to help edit and plan trips and just like full force on this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fun. Anyway.
That's pretty much it on that.
Cool. Okay, what other questions do we have here? Do you mainly travel to other countries, or do you ever travel around the States? We love the United States. We really want to travel around a lot in the future. I want to rent a van. Or not rent a van, buy a van, convert it. They're only like 10 grand on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, but if we're going to rent a van and live in it, I want a nice van.
Yeah.
That costs a lot more money. I don't know. I want to travel. I have a lot of places in the U.S. that I want to travel as well. We're just currently on the 50 country goal. We're also unsure. Would you guys be, that's a good question. Would you guys be interested in U.S. travel? I've always been wondering, like, whether our followers would be interested in that. Because you guys are really important. We want to make sure that we're catering to your guys' wants and interests as well.
That's a good question.
I would be really curious to know if you guys would would still watch us like in the US and like would be interested in that.
I mean, the US is like the size of Europe, kind of. Like, there's so much to explore in the US.
There's so many different climates and things.
And cultures, like
temperatures and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a good question.
I started watching your videos recently. I love it. Shout out Pulmino. Thank you very much. Also, if you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe. That's awesome. We're trying to hit 15K by the end of this year, and I think we're going to hit it.
Yeah.
We're at 14,800. Oh, we hit that today.
Foodie speaking, I'm a foodie as well. Love that. I think that putting more food in your videos could attract more viewers. Also because Wyatt is vegetarian. That brings up the vegetarian question.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that. So I'm vegetarian. It can be kind of hard to travel as a vegetarian, especially when you're trying to eat like the cultural dishes, because a lot of them around the world are surrounding meat outside of India. But I chose to be vegetarian in college. I think it was like a slow process. At first I was pescatarian, and I remember I went home and forgot that word and said I was Presbyterian, and my friends all made fun of me for a while. Presbyterian's like a sect of the Lutheran church, or like church, I think, right? Yeah, Christianity. So not pescatarian. And then so I was pescatarian, and then I decided to swear off like red meats too, so I was just eating chicken, and then I just decided not to eat chicken anymore. And then and fish. I forget how that process. No, it went no red meats, then no chicken, and then no fish. And I chose to do that just because I learned a lot about factory farming, specifically in the US, and the whole process that animals go through in their whole like lives, and it just sort of made me sad. And then it's honestly hasn't been that hard. Like, it seems like a big life choice, I think, to a lot of people, but then you do it and it's like teeny tiny changes throughout the day. And I mean, I don't know that it's necessarily the right thing. It's my best guess right now. It makes me healthier. It's often cheaper because meat's expensive. And yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like there were more reasons to do it than not to do it. And who knows if that's the right decision. But that's what I've been. And it's been good. But Rika's not.
No, I am not a vegetarian. And the reason I'm not a vegetarian, I 100% agree with Wyatt about the factory farms and how I don't really agree with that. But personally, I'm a very big foodie. And I have kind of too big of an emotional attachment to food. Like, food brings me comfort, especially when we're traveling and everything's like changing and it's very not as stable. Like, we don't really live a stable life right now, and we're always on the road. We're always away from family. So food is like my one comfort that
so true, guys.
For me, it just is. And so I just can't not eat like a hamburger or like
you've lost so many comforts by, like, as great as traveling in is, you've had to sacrifice a lot of your comforts.
Yes, so I've had to sacrifice a lot of my comforts, and I just can't sacrifice that. So,
which I respect.
Yeah, I mean, we're very respectful of it. It doesn't cause any issues at all.
I get it. I mean, it tastes good.
Yeah,
you know, like,
and it's good too because we can do food vlogs, and I can try all the meat stuff, and we can still like showcase that part of the culture. You know what I mean, in our videos.
Sorry, I was reading that. What'd you say? Sorry. Sorry, it's distracting because like I'm trying to do this. And
I'm doing the same thing. I said it's a good thing too for the video because I can try all the meat stuff, and it still is a way that we can represent the culture.
Yeah, no, it's
you know,
it's honestly has a lot of benefits having Rika be able to eat meat, because like without that takes out like half of cultural dishes, you know, especially for filming like that we want to show people around the world. So but yeah, we love recording food. That's, I mean, a huge market on YouTube.
Yeah,
people love watching it. It's fun to record because you just get to walk around and eat stuff. I've said this before, it's like the funnest vlog to record of all.
Yeah, it's the best vlog. It's easy. and it's good. It's good food.
Yeah, there's good
love
food
it.
around the world, guys. I don't know if you know that, but
There really is.
Um,
But yeah, cool.
nice. Is it okay if we do some of the big questions that I wrote out?
Yeah,
And then get to
Wyatt's
everyone?
really excited about these
Yeah,
questions.
we get a lot of questions a lot, so I just had to synthesize them. But keep asking them in the chat, and then we'll get to them.
Mhm.
We're gonna rapid fire. Okay, vegetarian nut, nailed it. How much money we made, nailed it. Marriage, that is like the big other money ticket item that we should probably get off. Quit like now.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get married?
I don't know why. When are you? No.
So we've been dating, what, 3 years now? 3.5?
Yeah, we're really close to 4.
Yeah.
Year 4 is in February.
Our
Or 4th
anniversary was Valentine's Day 2021 during COVID. We were both at college. That's when we started dating.
Yeah, well, we were friends for 4 years before that, but then we started dating in February of our senior year. I think we will get married for sure, because I really want to get married.
We've talked about it, and we're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be us, guys. Don't worry about that.
We got this.
It's definitely gonna be us for sure. We figured that out, but we have very many reasons why we're not getting married right now. And the major
Briggs.
and the major reason is because, like, when are we gonna plan a wedding when we're across the world? You know
Will
what I
did
mean?
it too. That's Rika's sister.
Yeah. But
Right
anyways, when are we gonna plan we can't really plan a wedding when we're across the world. Well, we could, but it'd be really hard.
It would be really hard.
For me, I don't know, cause it'd just be hard. Also, we're not financially stable, and I really feel like it's important for us to be financially stable.
Yeah.
Just to an extent. I want to be financially stable so we can just like be ready for everything, especially, and we're really focusing on our career right now. Like, this is what we're focusing on. YouTube.
Yeah. We
want this to work, and a lot of times, not a lot of times, I don't want to say that, but we have seen that, like, when people settle down, sometimes they, within the YouTube sphere, it can be harder to do videos and, like, really go full force with it. So we don't want to do that now.
We could get married and then not settle down, right?
That's true. We could.
But I think mainly the biggest reason is, like, planning the wedding is a lot. Especially, I don't know, we have a lot of international viewers here. Visualizadores. So if you don't know, like, I guess weddings everywhere are big, but, like, in the U.S., they take a lot of planning. You need, like, caterer. I don't know. Caterer, food, like, I guess that's the same thing. Venue, DJ, invite people, invitations, like flower. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. And I guess you're right. We could not settle down once we get married, but I just don't see the necessity to do that. I kind of want to be able to, like, get married and then be stable. I want to eventually be stable, not for a while, but I do want to get to a point, and we're going to still travel even when we gain that stability, for sure. But I want to gain stability at a certain point in time in my life, and then that's when I want.
You mean, like, stability in terms of location?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just, like, routine, you know?
Yeah, so, we have no routine while traveling.
No. And so I think that's when I want to get married. And that'll be, I'd say that'll be within the next 5 years, for sure.
Alyssa said, I know someone that could help you plan an event. She used to do it all the time. Winky face.
Me too. Oh, my word. My mom's going to plan the whole thing.
Yeah.
And my sister.
Sally Van Sickle, your grandma, Hart?
Graham. Hi, Grammy.
Hey, Grammy.
Yeah. So that's
like
the plan. 5 years in the future, I would say. I don't want to be like 30 and not engaged.
No, it'll happen, guys. Like, it's
it's gonna happen.
No. But yeah, eventually. Right now we're just kind of traveling and making YouTube videos, and that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if we really want a long engagement. So like,
Yeah,
once we
that's
ask the
another
question,
thing too. People
once
are
we-
like, sorry,
oh, go
I'm
ahead.
talking
No,
over
no,
you.
no.
That's another thing too that I get so much is like, oh my word, then why don't you just get engaged and then just have a long engagement? And I'm like, at that point, what's the point other than just to have the ring? Which I love the idea of having a ring,
Mhm.
but I probably wouldn't even be able to wear it that much because we're traveling.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't really. It would be the same thing. It would just be we're engaged, which we basically are at this point, you know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're in a committed, full-on relationship, guys. I don't know if you know that, but yeah, I think those are the juicy deets. I mean, did we answer them, guys? Like, ask us any questions on that.
Was there? Yeah, that was a long answer.
We've never really talked about that a lot. Or,
not to
Not
our
online,
viewers, not
yeah.
to our viewers. We've talked a lot about it with other people, friends, family, but
of course.
never with our viewers.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun though.
Well, I want a big wedding too, which that requires a lot of planning and money and time.
Yes. It's huge. I want a big dance floor and like everyone there. And we're also from different places, so then we have to figure out where to have it.
Yeah.
I guess we could have like a wedding in one city and then a reception in the other.
Mm.
I don't know.
How old are you actually? Good question. We're both 25.
Both 25.
Wyatt's turning 26 in less than a month.
We don't need to talk about that.
Actually, a month. It's the 13th.
What day is it?
October 15th is his birthday.
No, it's fine. 26. It feels big actually. Like, I don't know. 25 is still kind of young 20s, and 26 you're like on the way to 30, which is crazy.
Yeah, we're in the other half of the 20
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's exciting though. I'm not worried about going into my 30s. I'm kind of excited to slowly drift into my 30s.
Yeah.
I feel like
30s are gonna be fun.
yeah.
What else? Top 3 favorite countries. What has been the best travel? Covered those. How do you exercise while traveling? I run, and then in South America you could go to gyms, which was cool. Like you could just get a day pass for $3 to $5, and then hit the gym. Rika does jazzercise.
Yeah, sometimes. So I am, for people who are in the US or Japan, I think they have it in Korea too. There's jazzercise, which is basically like a group fitness workout that requires a lot of involves a lot of dancing. And my mom owns a studio back in Ohio where I'm from, and so I'm an instructor.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm home, I do that a lot. There's also one in Bellingham I actually just recently went to, where Wyatt's from, and I went in Japan before. And so whenever there is one, it's sometimes fun to go and take a class there, especially when you're in a different country, because it's just like really cool to see that the branding and the community are very similar, even though they're so culturally different in terms of like the grand scheme. But really cool. And then I also just do it on my own when I'm just in a country that doesn't have it, but it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then we just walk a lot.
Yeah.
I have so many blisters right now from us walking.
Yeah, we walked like many miles a day in Hawaii. We walked a ton in Sydney, in Hong Kong, like everywhere. The thing about it is like in the U.S. you drive everywhere. Everywhere else you just walk and take trains.
Yeah.
Especially in Asia. In South America, you kind of have to take Ubers and stuff.
Yeah, or buses.
Yeah.
But yeah, walking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, this is something that we've gotten 2 people that asked, and so I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I do have like a spot on my forehead, and people were like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
Fun fact.
I've gotten 2 questions about that.
Yeah, fun fact about that. I had a bone there, and it was just there ever since I was born, and it just like blocked the hair from growing. And so it's kind of like a backwards widow's peak, I like to call it, because it is kind of like a backwards widow's peak, or like, don't they call it like an angel kiss or something? I don't know.
It would make sense because you are an angel.
Oh, thank you. But like, yeah, I've just always had it. And it's interesting because once I grew, I feel like it got smaller, but maybe it didn't. I don't know. But
I think it's cute. I mean, I don't think I asked for like a long time, and then eventually I asked, and then it's just like one of those things, you know?
Yeah.
It's
I've
funny.
always had it. It's just kind of been there. You kind of forget about it.
Yeah,
after,
you do.
After so many years of living.
We've gotten 2 comments, or maybe 3 now. We read like every comment, guys, and one of them was like, "What's that on her forehead?" So I figured we'd answer that.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because it gets sunburned.
Yeah, it
like,
does really easily.
It's like facing directly up, you know.
Yep.
But, okay, another what? Oh, we started the 50 country goal just because it like has a bunch of benefits. One, it's really good for YouTube to like have a goal, and it's also good for us to like have direction.
Yeah, it's like an ongoing narrative versus just our videos just being, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just like different countries, us traveling. It's like actually creates a tether between everything.
Yeah. Do we only want to go to 50 countries? No, like I think we want to go. We could probably list 100 countries that we want to go to.
Yeah, I just feel like 50 is a good number. I didn't want to go crazy and say like 100 countries because I feel like that would overwhelm me, to be honest. So
that's
like
50,
a huge
number.
Yeah, 50 is good for now. And then, but yeah, we'll probably go to more than 50
For sure.
For sure.
And it's crazy too because we're over halfway. We started this goal 2.5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
right when we started, like right after Mexico, our first country,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're at. I mean, Peru is where we're posting vlogs from. That's where YouTube life is. But right now, Hong Kong is our 32nd country, so we're only 18 left, and then we can like edit a whole documentary and make it all exciting and.
Yeah,
You know?
we're very excited about being over halfway. Honestly, to be honest though, I just don't really think about it that much. It's just kind of like another country. I'm just like keeping on going. It's not like, oh my word, 10 more to go or 20 more to go or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just kind of just like, yeah, this is a new country and it's great. I feel like I'm gonna feel that way even once we hit 50. I don't know, maybe not.
For sure. Yeah, I think you're totally right. Ooh, a feather, like a bird feather is flying down the window. Check this out. See that? That's my ADD. Oh, squirrel. Yeah. But since we travel a lot, do you think we got another question on our YouTube community post we did like a month ago asking a bunch of questions. Do we think the world is small now after traveling, or does it still have a lot to offer?
I think it definitely has a lot more to offer. I feel like it both though.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you realize that in one way or another we are all just like people.
Yeah, everyone's the same, guys.
But at the same time too, it's like it's so cool to know that there's people like on the other side of the world doing things so different from you, but they are still living a fulfilling life.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It's like, I think the world feels small because we have the internet, but then it feels small when you're not outside, and then I feel like when you're outside, it feels big because then you meet so many different people. Like, there's so many people on Earth, guys. 8 billion of us. That's just crazy. Like, it's a big world. I don't know. It does feel small because one time I ran into my high school, like one of my high school really good friends, Jake, in Thailand. Like, we did. At just a ferry terminal. I didn't even know he was in Asia, and that was like a whoa, the world's so small moment. But
so both, I would say.
Yeah,
for that.
it's a good question.
There's a few questions in the chat.
How old are you?
Oh,
Actually,
25.
Will Smith, the one and the only, has asked a couple questions.
Oh wait, no, he just asked one down here.
He asked one about the boats, which I thought was hilarious.
Wait, he did?
Yeah.
Where?
Something about kayaking.
Was that him? I
love
don't
you
think that was him.
guys.
I think someone else asked.
Have you
that.
been kayaking at all? I'm looking to go. Were you able to carry in your own boats, or did someone else? We carried the boats, guys. We carried them. Have you guys seen David Goggins? He like people. I think a lot of people know about him.
Do you think it's an international meme? I don't know.
I don't. I feel like it's just U.S. But there's this guy, and he's a Navy SEAL, and he gets super intense about stuff. He yells, like he's lifting, and he says, "Who's gonna carry the boats?" as a way to pump himself up. Like, I need to be the one. So we carry the boats, is what we're saying. But yeah, we should probably get into kayaking though, and we carried those boats. Will, don't worry. He also asked, I feel like you're the perfect people to uncover some hidden gems. What is your go-to activity / hobby when you don't feel like exploring the area? Great question.
That is a great question. I like, to be honest, I love watching TV.
Yeah.
I love Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. I love watching TV and movies. And so whenever I get a chance, I just like burrowing in and watching TV. Because we're always walking and we're always out and we're always doing things, we're always overstimulated. I feel like that's another big, like, non-negotiable comfort for me, along with food.
Yeah.
Like, if you put me in front of a TV with a good movie and you give me some good food, I am like the happiest person ever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my hobby, I would say.
Yeah. No, it's a great hobby. I feel like we can all relate. TV's great these days.
Yep. So good.
Yeah. What's your
fan.
favorite show ever?
I love One Tree Hill.
That's your
The
top one?
best. Yeah, it's my top for sure. It's so good.
Yeah, classic.
The best. I know not everyone agrees with me, but
No, One Tree Hill's great.
but I'd say Wyatt is hacky sack, the frizz.
I love
Frisbee.
throwing frisbee. Anything active. I don't know. I just get kind of jittery when sitting still.
He has immense energy, and if he doesn't get it out in some way, he's got to get it out in other ways, like frisbee or something active.
Hacky sack or
Yeah.
what are other I love playing pickup basketball.
Running
is good. Yeah, just being active.
watching football.
Oh my gosh! Actually, today is Thursday night football.
American football.
Yeah, not
Not football.
football.
Not
American
that
football. It's like where they tackle each other. It's so good. Yeah, those are the main ones.
Yeah. What did you study?
Did you go to college?
Yeah.
What did we study?
Did we go to college, and what did we study?
Yes.
We met in college. College of Worcester, very small town in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a liberal arts school. So I studied communication studies, which transitioned, like, I was interested towards the end in social media marketing, which is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't really have like specific majors in marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was either communications or business, and the business or economics, sorry, and I did not want to go into economics. So I went into communication studies.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed my major. And then we both minored in Spanish, of course. And I also minored in theater and dance because, that's something I love to do is dance. I've danced since I was in kindergarten. And that kind of goes with the jazzercise thing. That's kind of how I get my dance out these days is through jazzercise. But I love to dance.
Yeah. It's been cool traveling because dance is such a cultural thing and Rika loves it so much. So when we were in Easter Island, Rika danced on the stage with, it was sort of hula, I think. Because I don't know if Easter Island has their own, it's like a Pacific island, so, but I don't think they had their own dance culture, but like Hawaii has kind of brought in hula there. So that was cool. She's also danced on the stage in India, which I think you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Danced, in their way. We danced flamenco, I think in Spain, probably, at least once.
Maybe. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So that's cool.
What did you study?
Oh yeah. I studied English. I didn't know what to study in college. I was thinking about business or poli-sci, political science, politicas, but ended up on English just because I was like not knowing what to study and I was reading Jane Eyre at night. So I was like, you can study this. And then if you ever need book recommendations, let me know. But love read every night. Reading Ulysses S. Grant History by Ron Chernow right now. He's the same guy who wrote the book Alexander Hamilton, which inspired that musical. He's like the best biographer I've ever read. Also read Washington by him. But yeah, Ulysses S. Grant, underrated president.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He also likes to write too. And so, I mean, you can, if you guys follow the newsletter that we have.
Oh, yeah, good plug.
Quick plug. No. If you guys, we have a newsletter that we can also link in the description after this. But Wyatt writes a newsletter like every week, and it's always amazing. I really think he does a great
Sweet.
job with it. But he has a passion for writing as well, and so that kind of connects with the English degree as well.
I do like almost every week. I think I missed this last week just because.
Yeah, sometimes he misses a week, but he tries his best. I'd say you're pretty consistent.
We don't have the links here right now, but like if you go to any of our videos, it's like the top in the description. And after this is posted, I think once this is over, it gets recorded and then posted. We'll put it in the descriptions. And if you're watching this after it's live, it'll be down there. But yeah. What are some other any other good questions, guys? I think we have quite a few up here.
I don't think we've.
Give your top 5 of the countries you already visited.
Well, we kind of talked about that.
Yeah. Just
Japan, Argentina. I love Sweden.
Sweden was insane. Greece
is cool.
I think I loved India. It was kind of like we had some horrible experiences there and then some insanely awesome experiences there.
Yeah. I would not put it in my top 5, but yeah, but that's just because I don't know. I gotta that's one of the craziest things that's happened in our travels. I got a parasite. I got Giardia there. So that really kind of dimmed my light. But I don't think India's a bad place. There's a lot of like really amazing things that happened in India, as I've said before.
Yeah.
But there's also really, really rough things about India that just really makes me just like be like, okay, I'm content with our trip that we did, and I don't have a desire to go back.
India is a place that you leave more tired than you went there. Like it's so taxing. I mean, the list is long, but
there's amazingly nice people there as well.
Yeah,
it's so large too. We only went to the Golden Triangle.
It's a place that you learn about the world and life, and you connect with people despite horribly different circumstances. And I mean, obviously, insanely cool architecture with the Mughals and the Taj Mahal and the Red Fort and like Agra Fort. I don't know, just insanely beautiful and crazy experiences. Wonderful food, but yeah, just taxing, guys. Like so many people everywhere all the time. Traffic is crazy. Pollution is horrible. Sanitation is not great. So, like Giardia is a spread via infected feces being in your food. So like if that tells you anything.
Yeah, there's nice people, but there's just unfortunately so much poverty. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Which is not their fault. Like,
no,
obviously.
And everyone's just trying to make a living, but because of that, it's really hard, unfortunately, to trust people in India. I wouldn't say everyone.
No,
there's
no
a
means,
lot.
Yeah.
There's people that welcomed us into their homes. People like hostel. Like we went to this amazing hotel. We got to go to a family home. There's been people that have been so trusting and so amazing and so welcoming. Some of the most welcoming, but a lot of people on the street in tourist areas, because they're just trying to make a living, it's really hard to trust them.
And I've heard
they can take advantage of you really easily, unfortunately.
It's because they're trying to get fed, like they're hungry. But also,
right.
And I've heard that that's just in the tourist zone. But like if you leave that, which we were only in we're in like the touristy of all tourist places.
Yeah.
But if you leave that, it's like the best people ever. Which is, this is not to say bad things about India. We loved India. Met a lot of great people, but it's just a side effect, I think, of the desperate nature and just yeah.
That's kind of that question, though. Craziest thing you experienced during flying?
Hey, Estelle's in here. Estelle in the chat.
Hi, Estelle. What's the craziest thing you experienced during flying? I don't know that question. Do you?
We've had kind of good flights.
Oh, you know what though? One time we were flying to Jamaica, and we were like literally on a flight with an entire we're pretty sure like legit Jamaican rugby team, right? Like that was going.
I think
to
soccer
like,
too.
Oh, sorry, soccer.
Yeah,
was it soccer?
yeah.
Were they like in the Olympics or something? What was? Weren't they in like the Olympics or something?
They were in the Copa Americana, I think.
Oh, yeah.
With like all the American continents have a soccer tournament, and I think that's what they were in. And it was wild.
It was
we
wild.
were
They were just all so tall, and they were just like walking in, and it was
Yeah.
like a whole group
and
of
they're
them.
all so athletic,
They
and then
were-
it's just us, like
Yeah.
not even sitting together. We had to sit separate. And then
That was
someone
wild.
someone was having motion sickness, and then the flight attendant
Yeah.
wasn't treating them well, so everyone was mad it was like
And they had
crazy.
to and they were like spraying down at the.
Sometimes when a flight from one country to another gets there, they like have to spray it for, I'm assuming,
Mosquitoes.
yeah, mosquitoes or like animals, something they don't want to come.
Yeah.
And so they did that, and everyone was like freaking out. It was just,
That
there was a
pretty
lot
wild.
of personality on the flight, and Rika and I were just kind of, yeah, just sitting there.
Yeah. We've had some pretty crazy airport stories. I don't know. I used to hate the airport for a very long time because it just stressed me out. It was just the worst. But now, because we have lounges, it does help.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we have the Capital One Venture X card. We didn't have lounge access for the first month or year and a half of travel. Game changer. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but like in a lot of airports around the world, there's these lounges that have unlimited food and comfy chairs and good Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be expensive to pay for them, but like if you get certain credit cards are a slippery slope if you can't pay on time in full, so be careful. But we love those. Yeah, it's like every airport day is like an awesome day now, because now we get to eat unlimited food.
That's true. But for a while there was really rough. A lot of running around.
Sleeping in airports. Yeah.
Rough.
Random question, but when studying English, was it only American English? Oh, good question. It was international English. Like we read books from Malawi in Africa. We read books from all sorts of places. I forget all the books we read.
But
from England, obviously. From
you didn't really learn English style.
Yeah, that's
dialect though.
When you study English in the States, it means that you're studying like literature. So we'd read things from all sorts of writers and stuff. But
yeah, it's more.
Mm-hmm.
It's more literary based, not.
It is.
Like
it's like
grammatical. When you're a kid, it is, but not when you're like an adult.
The major is essentially just a glorified book club. Like you read a book, you come, you talk about it, you write about it, and you move on to another book.
I feel like he would really love that and like be really good at it. That was like not my thing. I did not like discussing books in class settings. I just felt like there was so much pressure to like answer like the best answer, and everyone was trying to raise their hand to get the answer, and I don't know. I didn't like it, but I'm so glad Wyatt did, and I feel like he'd be really good. Yeah, there was a competition.
Yeah.
But
Rika was really good at school, though. I would always ask her for help in Spanish.
oh, that's sweet.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, or are we starting to?
Appreciate you
slow down?
guys. Keep it real. Cool short shorts. Yo, any other questions? Put them in the chat.
Do you have any questions from the reoccurring one?
Oh, from this one?
Mm-hmm. Did we miss anyone?
This has been super fun, though, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Not that we're ending it, but like I want to say that. We really appreciate you for being here, because this has been an experiment. It's been actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually has.
Yeah.
Oh, someone did ask how our I guess we kind of answered it, but how was our experience traveling in Peru?
Oh, did you go to a country where you see yourself living in? That's a great question.
We talk about that all the time. I don't think we could ever truly live like forever in one place other than the US, just because we're so close to our families. Like we're so close to our families, and I would not want to live forever super long term away. But we do talk about places we could if like theoretically, and yeah, there's so many. I don't know what you said. Lima before. You like Lima, Peru a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of city people right now. not that we like city scenes or nightlife or anything. It's just so convenient to have food close by, like going out to restaurants and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So best cities to live in, Lima, Peru was like an insanely modern city for extremely affordable. So like we could live there tomorrow if we wanted.
Mm-hmm. One place that I would totally get like a vacation home in if we had like the money for it, and like would go there all the time, is Lake Atitlan in Guatemala. It is like probably
yeah.
I love Guatemala, and like, but like that's probably one of my all-time favorite like places in the world, specifically Lake Atitlan. I think it's so beautiful. I think it's amazing. I love the vibes. It's just so cool, and it's like a lake near a bunch of volcanoes. Like you can't get any better.
If you guys can see that, like that. Oh, that's super reflective. There you go. But it's a lake, and then there's volcanoes rimming it, and like sometimes you can see smoke coming out of volcanoes, and you can kayak to a coffee shop. Super fun.
Yeah, I love it there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd get like a vacation home there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sydney. We just went to Sydney, Australia. Insanely beautiful. Very, like, I love the bikes. Nature everywhere. Yeah. It's expensive.
If it wasn't for the cost of living,
but
yeah, it was just very expensive. But I get why it is, because it's the quality is there. Like it's just so well, like everything is just very well done, and
yeah.
like the quality is always there. So I get why it's expensive.
Awesome country, guys. Like Australia was kind of on our list, yeah. And when we were going there, people were excited, and I was kind of like, it'll be cool. Went there, it's awesome. Didn't see any kangaroos, didn't see any koalas, which I was upset about. But next time.
This is a good question.
That's a super good one. Bordis. What a cool name, Bordis, too. Can you tell something about your editing process and what you do different now compared to the old days?
Whew. If you guys are super fans and decided to watch back at our beginning videos, like, yeah. Man, I give you guys props. They were kind of rough.
Super rough. We have very supportive families that told us
that
they were good.
Now that our videos are better, they're like, yeah, we didn't want to tell you then, but like they weren't. They were kind of rough to watch. We were like, yeah.
They were so rough. We didn't spend any time editing on making it look good, and we had so many long pauses, which I'm sure this live stream's like too. But
yeah, but it's different. It's like different.
Yeah, this is different.
But I feel like, to give you context, none of us had any experience editing at all. Like, I mean, I guess I used like iMovie back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I only had like the very little experience that I had in school when we had edit videos for class. But like other than that, I had no editing experience. Wyatt had no editing experience. So we pretty much learned everything through like YouTube videos, funny enough, Google, and like just like trial and error. So when you think about the editing process and how it's grown, it's just like we've just learned more tricks.
Yeah,
and like we've
exactly.
you also just start to gain this like intuitiveness, you know? When editing, like you're just like, that you never really realized, like you're always like, how are these videos different? And then you soon realize, oh, there's like a pop here that shouldn't be here, we should take that out. Or, oh, this pacing seems way too slow.
Background noise, backlit-ness.
Yeah.
It's like a feel thing too.
And it's unfortunate. It's hard to, sorry, there's no like secret ingredient, but it really just comes with time and reps.
Yeah, I would hear that, my feel thing, and be like, oh God, like, what am I supposed to do with that? But seriously, it's just a time, you put more time and effort into it, and you like get a sense for it.
Yeah, and you gotta have something. I think real life practice is so important. Like how we have this YouTube video, that is our like real life, we're putting it into practice. It's hard to just like watch a course, you know, and not do anything about it. You need to like have some sort of thing that you're working on. I think that really helps, and like something you're passionate about.
Yeah. Because
if you're passionate about it, you'll be more excited to learn, and then you'll learn more.
For sure. I mean, some things we've changed. Obviously, we have like the animation at the beginning. We try to make the first 10 seconds more. We give like, I don't know, we show kind of like the exciting parts of the video. It's just let the viewer know what to expect, and also to entice them to keep watching.
Yeah, we've listened to so many YouTubers and saw so many YouTube videos about how the first 10 seconds is so important because they have the trailer now on YouTube. It's not really the thumbnail anymore. I mean, it is the thumbnail, but then like 2 seconds later, it's off the thumbnail, it's onto the trailer. So like, or like the first 10 seconds is shown. So that's really probably just as even more important than the thumbnail these days.
It like autoplays, like you're scrolling through and the video will just start and you don't have time to look at the thumbnail and then decide to click. It just starts playing. So we've really focused on making the first bit like to try to entice people to keep watching. Which we didn't at the beginning. We just like put up a video, which was fun, you know?
I also think throughout, once we finally figured it out, I don't know, there was this moment where like we need like a narrative for our YouTube videos. For a while there, I was just like, we were just putting up a camera and like living life, which
don't go back and watch our first video.
Yeah, people do that. People do that, and it's like a thing. But like I don't know, it just didn't seem like it fit us, you know? And
we even I think when people do that and are big, like they're very planned and
somebody said keep that amateur touch, don't make it professional.
Sweet. Yeah,
I think that's important, and I think that's something that you also have to learn when editing is what to keep in and what not to keep in. For a while there, it was like very like we like went from like everything was in the video, then we like cut everything out and just like kept the essentials, and then slowly but surely we like realized like no, we need to incorporate that, and so we really are trying to find that balance. Hopefully we have it enough.
I don't know. Now, we're still learning. We don't know. We're gonna look back, I feel like, in 2 or 5 years and see this and be like, oh, we act like we knew what we were doing, and we're gonna watch, like, say, don't watch the videos from 2024, guys. They're horrible.
Yeah, there's still so much that I even see that I don't even know how we can fix right now. Like, we're just still that we still need to work on. You know what I mean? And things that we don't even realize that we're doing that we'll eventually be like, oh, we should probably fix that.
For sure. And that's why if you ever see something that's like, oh, I don't like that, or oh, I do like that, when people write that in the comments, that's so helpful to get like feedback. Even if it's honestly, even when people are kind of ruthless and like haters, I guess you could say, it's helpful. Like, it's just straight up feedback, which we appreciate.
That's a good point. I feel like when dealing with haters, I feel like we actually do listen if it's not personal. I feel like if it's something that just like comes like that, like is about us, we're like, we're not like, I mean, you guys are just, I don't know,
your guys' faces bother me, which is fair sometimes. That's not fair, but like sometimes we just, especially at the beginning, we'd only show our faces and never anything in the destination. People are like,
no, that was fair. That was a fair comment.
Yeah.
No, but like if it's personal, we don't really listen to it because, I mean, that's just mean, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But if it's like something really constructive.
Yo, Jack Reddick in the chat.
If it's something really constructive, we actually do try our best to listen and be kind of like, part of us is like start to like, I feel like we're hurt at first. We're like, oh, dang. Like, that was, rough. But like, after a while, we're like, but they kind of have a point. You know what I mean?
Always do have a point. And I mean, we want to respect the viewer. And usually, like, when one person says it, 10 people are thinking it. So, I don't know. It's just value feedback. So if you ever have any critiques, they are welcome.
Yeah, they are.
Random question, but okay, we already answered that one.
Bears versus Texans Sunday night. What are your picks?
Bears versus Texans. Texans all the way. CJ Stroud's a GOAT, and he's my quarterback in my fantasy football team. And I need him to throw at least 2 touchdowns to, I think it's Diggs, right? Isn't that his guy? Talking American football right now.
American football.
Yeah. I need 3 touchdowns to Diggs. But the problem is that Bears defense is really good. 4th in the league, so we'll see. Sorry, Jack. I know you're a Bears fan, but I'm rooting against you today. Cry face emoji. Well, maybe. How about I'm fine if the Bears win as long as CJ Stroud and Diggs each get like 3 or 4 touchdowns. Jeez, Diggs got 4 touchdowns. That'd be insane. Anyway,
hopefully you guys might, I don't know. If you guys don't like American football, that's okay. We actually went to a soccer game. Football. It's not soccer. I know we're going to get some hate for that, but football. We went to a football game, and that was really fun in Portugal. And I know it's really popular there. Baseball's popular in some places.
Yeah. We love all sports.
Why it does.
Because
I
a dancer and a foodie.
Yeah, I don't love watching sports, to be honest, but I do like the whole idea. Like, I like the contracts side of it and, like, the business side and, like, how they, like...
The politics, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that side of things. I think it's so interesting, but I don't really like watching the actual sport.
If you guys want 2 good shows to watch, Quarterback and Receiver on Netflix. Super interesting. Bears going down. That's funny.
Well,
okay. What are our channel's demographic?
Oh.
That's a good question.
Interesting. Yeah, it changes so much. One thing about the travel industry that we didn't know going into it, we were like, oh, we're probably going to get a lot of people from the U.S. who want to travel. That's what we thought. But that's actually not
That's the smallest
fully the
percentage,
case.
Yeah.
It's not the smallest, but it's not the biggest.
Yeah.
A huge percentage is always of the people of that country or people from the U.S. that were in the country or somewhere else who are originally from that country or have family in that country that want to watch tourists go to that country and what their impressions of it is.
Which is totally fine.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's kind of
cool.
I love that you guys are so passionate about your guys' countries.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so awesome.
It's cool too because it's like, we have an international audience, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of fun to know that people from like little places around the world can just like pull it up on their phone, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's
signing off. Great to see you virtually. Catch up soon. Take care, Jack. Good luck, Bears.
But yeah, our demographics change. Right now, there's a huge percentage of people from Peru that's watching, because we are in Peru. There's also a huge
like YouTube is in Peru.
Yeah, YouTube. Sorry, we're in Hong Kong, but YouTube's in Peru. But we also have a percentage of people from Japan because we had a big surge of Japan viewers when we went to Japan. There's a huge percentage of people from Argentina because we had a lot of viewers from Argentina when we went. Chile is a huge percentage of people from Chile.
Peru
after we posted our
right
Chile
now?
series. Yeah, well, Peru. I said.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry.
It's okay. And we do have a U.S. viewership as well. Those are probably the top 5. Europe. We have a fair amount of people from Europe as well. Different countries in Europe.
Yeah, for context, like YouTube, you have this neat app that's this. Oh man, I keep showing the phone, but it's that one.
YouTube
and then there's
Studio.
so you can see our month in the past 28 days we've made $900, I think, which has been our best month ever. So like you can see our revenue for the past 28 days. I hope that's not backwards. I hope they like flip it.
I think it is backwards, but that's okay. But yes, that's kind of where we go to see our audiences.
Yeah, and you can see. There's the geography. So like you can see where people are from, right there. So, 25% of the last 28 days viewers are Chilean, 16% are Peruvian, United States 15%. I don't know. They just have a really robust app. 75% are male. We've got a lot of dudes here, which is cool.
We've kind of always had a larger male audience.
Yeah.
I'm so curious about that.
It's kind of.
Maybe that's.
I'm wondering why.
Maybe they're just more interested in this type of video. I don't know. But I always thought that was interesting. We do get a larger male audience.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much.
Any other last question, guys?
Yeah.
Are we still in Peru? No, we've left Peru. We actually got sick at the end of our trip in Peru, and we were so sick. I don't know if it was the food or the altitude or a combination, or we just had like the flu or something, but we had to.
I think it was the altitude.
We were thinking about going to Lake Titicaca on the corner and then going into Bolivia and doing the salt flats, but then we eventually, I kind of wanted to go to Arequipa too, but we just went back to Lima and like rented an Airbnb and chilled there for 10 straight days.
Yeah,
just to relax.
I got a little sick.
Yeah, I had like the worst headache of my life.
He got more sick than he ever gets sick. He doesn't get sick. I was very sick. I got very sick from the altitude. So we needed a break after that. That was very taxing on our bodies, I think.
Yeah.
Especially because we it was unfortunate the timing because we got sick and we had to do the Rainbow Mountain hike, which is like the highest altitude. It's like the same altitude of Everest Base Camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had to do Machu Picchu. Well, we didn't have to, but we wanted to do Machu Picchu, which is also huge altitude as well. And so it was taxing. So there were both taxing hikes and we were sick. So we needed a break.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, but right now we're in Hong Kong.
We're in Hong Kong. David.
Yep.
Last questions, I guess. Is there anything else we need to say? I guess we can. Here's all our things that we do. We have Instagram, so check that out. We have a newsletter, so check that out. We have a Skillshare course where we teach you how to travel and share our top tips.
Yeah.
The newsletter is every week on Sunday, called Sunday Somewhere. The
Instagram's very up to date as best as we can. We are trying to be active on our stories. We try and be creating reels, all that stuff. So go check that out. Newsletter, and then if you haven't already, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
That's a big one.
That helps us out so much, guys.
It really does.
It really does. It's just huge because in every way. I mean, that way we can negotiate better brand deals, which is cool.
It will help us continue to be able to move forward.
Yeah.
And
it's a big deal.
And continue to hopefully do these videos and hopefully provide some sort of value for you guys.
Yeah.
Because that's the most important thing.
True. Or where are you guys right now? Or do you guys usually stay at hostel when you travel? Maybe that could be another question. Yeah. Last question. Do you guys usually stay at a hostel? It depends on the country. If it's expensive, kind of like Hong Kong, we stay like where we're at now. We stay at a hostel. Oh yeah, should we show them around?
We don't need to really show them around. It's basically this.
Yeah,
it's like the size of a shoebox, guys. It's kind of hilarious.
This is our Hong Kong. So this is our setup, right? We have a view. Here's our Hong Kong view. Here's our little table. I had coffee, AC. Oh, this is fun. We made our own cup of noodles at the Cup of Noodles factory in Hong Kong yesterday. Subscribe to Wyatt and Rika.
Oh, yeah.
And then here's our apartment, which is very small.
Space is a luxury here. So we can put it down now.
Okay, sorry. You don't like it super close to your face.
No, okay.
But there's the bed. Here we're on a bed right now. It's very small. Space is a luxury in Hong Kong. And
but yeah,
it's only $78 for 3 days, which has been a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it's a really good deal. But anyways, sometimes if we're in cheaper countries, we can go and stay in nicer Airbnbs and hotels. And sometimes we have points too, that we get through credit cards where you can stay at nice places too.
True.
Hotels with included breakfast, all the things, which is really fun. So it depends. That's very dependent on the country for sure.
And when we're at home, we stay with our parents, who are very nice to let us stay there. And sometimes friends let us crash in their place. Our family friend Karen let us stay in their timeshare in Hawaii, Honolulu, which was amazing, which was awesome. And we're about to go to Korea again in 3 days to visit, just to visit Korea, and also because my friend's there and her grandparents are from there, so we're gonna stay with their grandparents, which is gonna be fun because it's Korean Thanksgiving also. But
yeah, so I think we're gonna stop the questions.
Okay. Rock Jen, landed in Lima. Lima's awesome. It's crazy. Go to Miraflores. Go to the Outlook. Get some papas a la huancaína.
We also heard that the food there is where you need to get local food. So get ceviche there. That's what we've heard.
You're going to love Lima, though. It's awesome. Also, no more questions. Thanks so much, Bordis, for all your questions and just being here. Have you guys been to Ecuador? Haven't been to Ecuador. Want to go there. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. I think we're going to sign off.
Yeah, we probably should. thank you guys. This has been awesome. Actually, I was
This is
we were
fun.
both nervous. We weren't sure how this was going to go, but this actually worked out really well. So hopefully
Yeah.
we can do more streams.
It's like,
let us know if you like this.
yeah,
Because, we want to do
we
more.
can do
have
this
some
like a
ideas.
monthly thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's super nice because you don't have to edit it.
Yeah.
A lot of like videos take a while to edit, transfer the footage, put on music, put on timestamps.
Yeah.
You know the deal. So this is just like chilling, talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but-
all right.
subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you guys around. Let us know in the comments what you think of the live stream,
Yeah.
and we'll put all the stuff we've referenced down in the description and the little doobly boo down there. But yeah,
All right, everybody. How do we turn this thing off?
that's a great question.
Well,
That was so
hopefully-
fun.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of people tune in. That was so exciting.
Thanks, guys.
You guys are so sweet. So sweet for asking us questions.
Oh, there it is.
Stop streaming. All right.
Alrighty.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.